Hello and welcome, my friends. This is Jennifer from Mystic Star. I want to thank you so much for spending some time with me today and watching this video. This is going to be my weekly group reading for the week of May 31st to June 6th. There's been a lot going on over the past week with having 4 planets in retrograde, the heaviness of this ongoing tower situation that we're facing in the world, and then you have your individual life challenges. This week I really want to focus in on that positive light. Looking at your skills, your tools, how you can overcome some of this challenge with greater ease while remaining in that high vibrational energy. The decks I've chosen for this week are the Tarot Draconis and then the Oracle of the Dragonfae. Like always, there are links below to both these dragontastic decks, so should they speak to you, you can go check them out for yourselves. Now the selections I have for this week, I have Rose Quartz, Tiger Eye, and then Snowflake Obsidian. I want you to quickly look at these crystals. Pick which crystal is resonating with you the most right now, and then I want you to head to the description box. I have timestamps there for each crystal. You click on that correlating timestamp and it'll take you straight to your reading, and I will see you there. Hello and welcome, my Rose Quartz friends. This reading is especially for you. Now, like always, I have the full tarot and full oracle deck here for this reading, so you get the most comprehensive and meaningful reading for you. Without further ado, let's see what the week holds for you. What can my Rose Quartz friends expect from the week of May 31st to June 6th? The Guardians, fly high. This card talks about movement. It talks about shifting that space that we're in, creating something new, and moving forward. We're not looking at a lot of change within or our circumstance. Rather, we're going to be carrying some baggage with us. The Guardians, this card reminds me a lot of the Six of Swords. We're looking at a movement card. However, knowing we need to carry that baggage and heaviness with us so that at a later date, when we're stronger and more stable, we're going to be able to tackle what we're bearing. And that's the same message that the Guardians is telling you. This card really beefs up the ferryman. Talks about those high vibrational beings and how they're supporting us, how they're there for us, and the higher we're able to go with our vibrations and allowing those high vibrational beings to direct us, letting go of some of the restrictions and fear, the more movement and progress we're going to see. Dragonfae of Rebirth, whole again. Like I said, when we get past that stuckness, that's when we're going to be able to take on those deeper and very needed healing sessions. We need to have a space of stability and groundedness to start to heal ourselves. However, this energetic shift and movement that we're looking at is going to help us to be able to start that healing process. This week offers us an amazing opportunity to degunk and restabilize ourselves so we can kind of get to the heart of the matter. We have fractures and energetic wounds that go back lifetimes, And it's going to be important to take the time we need, because it's not going to be a one-shot session. It's going to take time to allow those areas and pieces of ourselves to heal, so we can go a bit deeper and heal a bit more. It's similar to a muscle that's healing. You have to poke at it a bit, let it rest, poke at it a bit more, let it rest. And the more you manipulate, the more you heal that area, the stronger it will become. So let's look at this week a little bit more. What can my rose quartz friends expect from the beginning of the week? The World, the 21st card in the Major Arcana. Your shift. The beginning of the week might be a bit bumpy. The World card is a celebration card. Talks about celebrating all that you've achieved, all that you've acquired, all that you have done. Taking that bit of a pause, that breath, going, okay, here I go. And having that excitement, enthusiasm to take on those next pieces, to take on that next chapter, that energetic shift, and moving towards that healing. We know what your next chapter is about. We're looking at self, we're looking at getting down to some of that healing that needs to be done. This healing is on that emotional level, on that spiritual level, and of course on that astral level. So it's not going to be, like I said, a one quick fix. This is going to be a process, and a process that is going to bring you a lot of knowledge about who you are and what you've truly accomplished. Because we have accomplished amazing pieces. We don't always recognize, and in some cases know, what we've done and achieved. The beginning of the week is going to help you kind of take stock of what you've accomplished and get you excited for these next pieces to come. So what about the middle of the week? What does the middle of the week bring? My rose quartz friends. Oh, yes it does. The Sun. The 19th card in the Major Arcana. That love, that light, and that joy. Healing doesn't always mean, oh, I have to heal. Oh my God, this is going to be painful and dreary and blah. We are looking at connecting in to that loving energy. That loving energy brings us that light, that joy, and fulfillment. Many of us have been sitting in that blah, stuck mode. That energetic shift, you're really going to feel it in the middle of the week. We're really going to embrace it, and it's going to feel fantastic. Now, on the nice side, we started the beginning of the week off with 4 planets in retrograde. There was Venus, there was Pluto, Saturn, and Jupiter. On the 3rd of June, Venus comes out of retrograde. That love energy planet returns to normal. We have that energetic shift. I never said we were going to have to do anything about that shift. That shift is going to happen. Just like how in the 6 of Swords, that woman has gotten on that ferry. We don't know why or how she's gotten there. But it's happened. Things have occurred. Things have fallen into place. Similarly, Venus is falling back into line, and we're going to be able to embrace and feel that loving energy come back, well, to life, come back to us in that normal and amazing way that Venus shares that loving energy with us. That relationship and connection that Venus has that helps us out so much. So we're going to see that as a natural shift. And you're going to find that that natural shift, the fact that we are gaining this amazing support in the middle of the week, that anticipation and excitement will start to build. We're going to see some of that sun crack off, some of the gunkiness, and we're going to feel more able to move around and have that time for breath. Remember that the world always gives us that pause. It's like when we take the deep breaths, we go in, pause, and out, pause. The world gives us that pause. The middle of the week is going to see the shift and pause. We're going to be able to take a beat here to enjoy and embrace this amazing energy. Let it rejuvenate us a bit. Let's go on to the end of the week. What does the end of the week bring? My rose quartz friends. The Eight of Cups. I love it when my two decks communicate so well. We're going to take that loving, nurturing energy and we're going to dive within. We're going to see some of that healing happening. Now, these are the energies at play. It's not like you're going to wake up on Friday and go, oh, I'm healed, yay! You have to put the work into it. These energies are going to support these endeavors. It's going to support that reflection and connection. It's going to support that amazing, loving energy. There's going to be energies at play that's going to support that inner journey, that movement. All of these cards support this process of energetic shifting, and this process of healing. So this week offers you an amazing opportunity to connect in and to utilize what's at hand. The end of the week also does happen to bring in a full moon. I believe it's the 5th, we're looking at the full strawberry moon. Utilizing those tools and skills and natural energies for our greater good. It's a fantastic week, my friends. Last week was so heavy and it was really kind of a challenge. We had those 4 planets going and we felt that energy. We're looking at a shift for you guys, and it's a welcome shift. Let's look at the challenge. What challenge will my rose quartz friends face for the week of May 31st to June 6th? We have the 4 of Pentacles. That's stability. Now, even though Venus itself is out of retrograde, we still have Pluto, Saturn, and Jupiter in retrograde. We're still going to have that instability. Our success pathways, our higher consciousness, and of course that death and money role that Pluto plays. They're still in retrograde. We're still going to feel that instability. We're going to feel disconnected from Gaia because we're not taking that time. We're kind of focused in. This is going to take some of our energy. And of course, we've got the global situation. And then we have all those other individual balls at play. Groundedness and stability, very manageable. As we know that instability and not feeling grounded is going to be a challenge, we can preempt that and pre-plan so that we have supports in play. Making sure we're wearing or carrying the right crystals, so any grounding crystal, anything that's going to resonate with your root chakra, so anything red or black, will help with that grounded process. Making sure that you're doing grounding exercises throughout your day and week will help to change your Four of Pentacles from a challenge to an ally quite quickly, because we're going to preempt that instability or unstable feelings that we're going to have. So along with the Four, the Seven of Swords. Now the Seven of Swords talks about trying to get away with too much, where you inflate your ego and puff up and think you can achieve all. We need to be very realistic with ourselves. We need to utilize this time to our advantage. We don't need to have delusions of grandeur on top of it. Making sure we understand our limitations. And if you don't know your limitations, this is a fantastic time to start to look at that boundary. Look at what you can do. And then call in supports to help you overcome some of these areas where you need a little bit more work. So with this healing that we're looking at, this energetic healing, a fantastic archangel, and most of us know him, Archangel Raphael, the quintessential healing archangel. Fantastic support. You can also contact Archangel Chamuel for that self-love healing. You can also call on Archangel Chamuel for that self-love healing, because some of this is about our understanding of self. We know that delusion of grandeur or that puffiness can come up and be a big bear in our week. That self-knowledge and self-love will go a long way in this healing, because this healing goes back generations and lifetimes. So let's look at our blessings. What blessing can my rose quartz friends embrace for the beginning of the week? Fernia, clarity. Those aha moments are going to come fast and furious. We're going to have a better understanding of what we need to accomplish this week, how we can better understand what it is we've been able to accomplish. Like I said earlier in the reading, that reflection on all that you have achieved will go a long way in boosting your morale and having that excitement and enthusiasm for this next chapter. This next chapter is going to be fantastic. The healing that we have to do in this lifetime is a lot. Many of us have reincarnated a number of times, or we've supported others in their incarnation. We're bearing a lot of wounds and pains, which have been passed down through our lifetimes. We're also carrying in this energetic DNA and in our DNA sequence that generational pain. Things passed down from our parents, grandparents, great-grandparents, and it goes continually backwards. And then, well, let's be honest, society has not gotten any better. We're very cruel and hard on ourselves. So there's the pains of this lifetime. So we've got a lot on our plate. There's a lot of layers that need healing. We're going to have to take this process slow. Just like anything else, these wounds did not happen overnight, and they're not going to heal overnight. What about the middle of the week? What blessing can my rose quartz friends embrace for the middle of the week? The Green Lady, the Chosen One. So the Green Lady herself resides over health. She's very much connected into that Sun card and into our healing card here of the rebirth. She connects into Gaia. And we're going to need Gaia for this as well. Like I said, this healing is on a lot of different levels, and it's going to take some time, and it's going to take some extra support. The Green Lady, Gaia, they're going to help not only ground us, because that's going to be a challenge for ourselves, but also start on that healing. Many of us can feel the shifts that Gaia is doing, and most of us can see how she's taking back her land. The animals are thriving as humans have been stuck indoors. So we're seeing that shift. We're seeing the ozone layer heal itself for the first time in, well, generations and forever. We need that rejuvenated healing power to be shared with us. That's the fantastic thing about Gaia. That energy is just emanating from her. We just have to slow down and tap into it. As we ground ourselves, as we connect in, and we share our love with Gaia, she shares it right back. And if you noticed, you're getting that very grounded energy in both these cards. That lush, green, grounded energy. Very much a support for us, because this instability is going to be a bit of a challenge. And the end of the week. What blessing can my rose quartz friends embrace for the end of the week? Grandmother Magic. Now this is a cycle or shifting card. Grandmother Magic talks about the natural progressions in life and how we're growing older, how things are shifting and changing for us. She is here to help guide us, help give us a little extra wisdom. Because these next steps, this next chapter, is about just taking a little bit more ownership and stepping into that adult shoe. It's part of those shoes that we didn't really anticipate or they didn't tell you about in school, where you need to take that active role in our lives, in our healing, and in our transformation. And that's what she's here to guide us on. Take us a little bit deeper in this exploration of self and in this healing process. I'm going to end off with any final insight and wisdom that we can share with my rose quartz friends for the week of May 31st to June 6th. I really enjoy how these two cards, these earthy cards, are looking at us, whereas Mother Magic doesn't care about us. She's not confronting the audience. She's looking at these two, making sure she's guiding them a bit more. She's very much that matriarchal figure of guidance and support. Okay. Oh, this card doesn't surprise me at all. Nine of Swords, the anxiety and depression card. Our stuck card, the card that's been challenging us. Those fears, the planetary retrogrades, the tower situation we're dealing with globally, all those individual balls that are at play, start to weigh heavy on us. And we get stuck, penned in, and don't know where to go next. This crossroads will really get us unstuck. We'll get away from that fear and sadness. The Five of Pentacles connects right in to this 9 where we're looking at that disconnect. We're feeling not only penned in and sad and fearful, we're feeling disconnected. We do have, and thankfully she's coming back off of retrograde, Venus in retrograde. And we have that social distancing and isolation happening on a global scale. So we're feeling that burn. We're feeling very alone. We have a shift from the norm, and we're trying to reassess and determine what this norm should look like. This disconnect will be repaired as we start to heal ourselves and we start to utilize our gifts and talents with connecting not only with the beings on our physical plane, but the beings in the spiritual world and astral planes. We need that support from both aspects, from both sides of the coin, to feel connected and understood as a whole. When we have that connection with our physical plane and not our spiritual plane, we feel kind of still disjointed. We feel off center. When we're connected in and really hyper focusing in on that spiritual world and disconnecting from our physical, we feel like the pendulum has swung. We need a happy medium. This healing process will help to open up and degunk both connections, that physical and that spiritual. The Chariot, 7th card in the Major Arcana, that talks about moving forward, conquering this challenge and going on to the next, that next great and fantastic conquest. This is a card of balance. I enjoy in the Tarot Draconis that we have a male and a female charioteer. Really coincides with the white and the black steed. And of course here we have dragons. That balance. Really accentuating that need for that grounded, balanced energy. Knowing it's going to be a challenge. Also knowing these guys don't back down. They're connected into your solar plexus energy, which is courage, that determination, and that inner flame, that fire. Connects right back into the fire of the sun to really ignite you as a whole and encourage you forward. Now we do have double sevens, so we have the 7 of Swords and the Charioteer, or the Chariot, as the 7th Major Arcana. When you see that multiple 7, the angels are telling you, you're on the right track. Keep going. Which brings us back to that initial statement. We're going to see that movement and shift, that travel that we need, that energetic shift. I want to thank you guys so much for spending time with me today and watching my video. I hope that you found this video fun and helpful, and you're able to gain some insight and direction into what the week holds for you. If you like this video, please remember to give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel for the latest content. There is so much more amazing coming your way, my friends. The best way to stay connected so you don't miss out on any of this amazing insight and healing is to subscribe to my channel and hit that little red bell so you don't miss a video. Also, if you enjoyed this video and want to support me in making more, I have a Patreon page with many tiers and lots of perks. In some of the tiers, the perks are private readings and healings with myself. I've provided a helpful link below, so why not go check it out? Until tomorrow, my rose quartz friends. Hello and welcome, my Tiger Eye friends. This reading is especially for you. Now, like always, I have the full tarot and oracle decks for this reading, so you get the most comprehensive and full reading for you. Without further ado, let's see what the week has for you guys. What can my Tiger Eye friends expect from the week of May 31st to June 6th? The first one, Lady Green, open your heart. We need to be open and embrace whatever energies and whatever this week has to offer us. Many of us have shut down due to fear. There's so much going on. We've got 4 planets currently in retrograde, which is adding kind of a swirly, heavy feeling to our everyday. Then we have the Tower situation that is just really bogging us down, causing a lot of fear and anxiety. Taking those deep breaths, grounding ourselves so we're more open and able to embrace those amazing opportunities that the universe is offering us. When we're shut down due to fear, we miss out on some amazing and very unique opportunities that are being presented to us. Then, Nimue, seek the counsel of crystals. So for all my crystal kids, they all just went, yeah! If you're not a crystal person, that's okay. What Nimue is adding here is that crystals can help with that feeling of grounded, centered, and protected energy. Using that added resource and support of crystals in managing our week and managing some of these obstacles that we're going to face will really help us out. We don't have to work as hard. We're using those tools and skills that are right in front of us. Those pieces of the everyday that we can incorporate into our experience and into our journey for our greater good. So crystals are a fantastic support. If you're not into crystals, I will talk you through the crystals that come up as I do this reading. Many crystals can be easily purchased and found quite readily because there's more of an awakening and more people are distributing and selling crystals in communities, whether it be through the internet or through a vendor of a shop, or I've seen them in farmers markets. It just depends on what's open in your community. So let's get into this week. What can my Tiger Eye friends expect from the beginning of the week? So it just came to my process. Now, Tiger Eye is a fantastic crystal. It deals with helping our groundedness because it's a heavy earthy crystal, and it can help with our solar plexus chakra. This is just a nice little polished crystal that I enjoy connecting with Archangel Uriel with, who connects in with our solar plexus chakra. This can also connect you into your solar plexus chakra. That fire source of courage, determination, and willpower. Crystals, like so many things, don't have just one aspect or one piece. They usually can connect in on different areas and different elements in your life. They have quite the umbrella. So the beginning of the week. The Seven of Wands. We're really going to feel that need to lash out and just protect ourselves. It's down to that fear. We're afraid of this tower situation. We're not sure why we feel so uncertain and unstable. However, those 4 planets in retrograde have compounded their energies and have created an instability. This is a false red alert. Yes, we need to be very mindful of the tower situation that's occurring. However, we don't need to become aggressive and feel that we have to protect ourselves in an energetic standpoint. We do need to protect ourselves from that virus using the precautions that the governments and scientists are encouraging we use. Yes, energetic protections help against this virus. They help against that instability and fear, but we don't need to attack out. We can protect and ensure our safety through other means. Goes back into Nimue. Like I said, crystals and energy protection are fantastic. Will they stop a physical virus? No. The energy protection is more a buffer or a protection against that person's lower vibrational sickness that goes along with the virus. Because when we get sick on many different levels. So for protection, a fantastic one, the first thing that comes to my mind is shungite, which is a crystal that you can put into water. And warning, 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 do not put all crystals in water. Some of them are toxic, and some of them can dissolve and you're going to break your crystal. Shungite is a black crystal. It's usually a very matte finish that you can put in your water to purify your water. Helps to purify your system. You can also put it near technology to help absorb some of that technological feedback and energy that's really kind of swirling around us. Okay, so shungite, you don't need a big piece. I know a lot of people who love crystals like the big ones because they're pretty and shiny and sparkly. However, some small pieces have more of a punch and more energetic power than the bigger ones. So big is not always what you need. Let's go into the middle of the week. What can my tiger eye friends expect from the middle of the week? So this 7 of Wands, before I get into the middle of the week, is in direct contrast to what Lady Grain is suggesting you do. Or Lady Gaian. Sorry, I thought it was Grain. Lady Gaian wants you to do. She wants you to be open to those new opportunities and possibilities, and this is showing us very closed. Oh yes, she is. There we go, Queen of Pentacles. This beautiful queen is grounded energy number 1. That nurturing Mother Earth energy really bridges these two beautiful women fantastically, in that we've got that nurturing, grounded energy that is open to growth, that is open to these opportunities, is open to the seeds of the future. We need to use this nurturing energy on ourselves and on our situation and allow these possibilities to start to take hold. The crystal that has come to my mind with this is carnelian. It's an orange crystal. And, let's see if I have one right here. Oh, I do. This is a nice big one. This is carnelian. It's a polished carnelian. The difference between polished and rough, well, the polished are shiny. The rough, I have a rough crystal here. Sorry, I'm just acrobating throughout my, no, that's not rough. My technology here. Trying to find a rough crystal just on my desk. It's a little bit smaller, but this is a rough crystal. Can have some shimmer to it, but it is, when you touch it, it's got that rougher feeling. It's a rough cut crystal. And that one happens to be Auralite. And we can do a comparison. This is the polished, whereas this one's the rough. So that's the difference, and it's just personal preference. I prefer the feel and texture of the tumbled. The polished crystals, some people prefer the rough. So it's up to a personal preference. Now back to the carnelian. The carnelian is a crystal of joy and happiness. It's one of the few crystals that you don't actually have to cleanse and charge. Helps to bring in that joy and that love. And we need to break this cycle of closed fear. That queen in carnelian would be a fantastic fit. Let's look at the end of the week. What does the end of the week bring? My tiger eye friends. The Five of Pentacles. We're still in that pentacle of growth and abundance. Now the Five of Pentacles talks about a disconnect. However, in this situation, the Five of Pentacles is talking about a reconnect. The more we're able to connect into the nurturing power of the Queen of Pentacles and being open, like Lady Gryan says that we should be, we're opening ourselves up. We're going to embrace these amazing new possibilities and opportunities. The more we're going to feel connected. We need to feel connected to that spiritual plane. We also need to be connected to that physical Gaia plane. Think of it as a tether down and a tether up. We feel really good. We feel centered. We feel grounded. We feel connected. The Five of Pentacles talks about that disconnect. We have the opportunity this week. One of the pieces that Lady Gryan was talking about is a reconnect. Being open to the opportunity and possibilities of using our clairs and connecting in on a better and more deeper level. Now, what I'm seeing here is your basic clear quartz. This bad boy, clear quartz. These ones are very easy to find, and I'm using, well, shungite can be a little bit of a challenge to find. However, more and more people are distributing it. This is a polished or a tumbled. This is a prism or a tower that broke. It's actually quite the crystal and has quite the background to it, but it does have that rough edge of a non-polished crystal. So that clear quartz helps with that connection, helps to open us up. That's very much what we've been directed to do. So let's look at the obstacle. What is the obstacle that my tiger eye friends are going to face for the week of May 31st to June 6th? The Six of Pentacles. The Six of Pentacles, sixes are a balance number in tarot. And that pentacle, again, that grounded, earthy energy. The Six of Pentacles talks about needing to balance out where our energies are going to be distributed. This is going to feel pretty good. We're going to see this shift right in the beginning to the middle of the week. The more we're able to connect in with this beautiful queen, the more we're going to be able to lift ourselves out of this stuck rut we're in. And an interesting fact, in the middle of the week here, I believe it's the 3rd of June, we're looking at Venus coming out of retrograde. So we're only going to have 3 planets in retrograde opposed to 4. So we're going to feel the need and we're going to want to keep going in this. Or some people are going to be very fearful and your ego is going to scream red alert and you're going to try and avoid. Ensuring that you have your energies in balance and balancing our physical needs and demands with our spiritual needs and demands. It's going to be a hard thing for you. It's going to be a challenge for you. It's going to bring you heartache and it's going to try and, well, topple you. Your ego is going to try and use this to its advantage. Then we have the Star The 17th card in the Major Arcana talks about our hopes and dreams. Some of these opportunities are going to kind of deviate from our norm. It's going to take a bit of a sidestep as to where we think we need to be and what we think we need to do, giving us that opportunity and possibility to expand our hopes and dreams. The universe is going to really connect in, especially as we start to strengthen that connection with the divine. We're going to receive opportunities and ideas that had never crossed our path or our thought pattern. They weren't in our scope of reality because we hadn't slowed down enough and connected in enough to allow the universe to come in and say, hey, what about this? So we need to allow this amazing, beautiful support to come in. We need to take her advice, take those deep breaths, slow it down, connect in, and be open to those ideas, open to those suggestions. If they're too scary, check into them. You're not going to hurt your support system's feelings. Your guide and guardian aren't just going to go, ugh, she's asking more questions. Why is he doing this? Why is she doing this? Why are they trying to, cause frustration? They see you're thinking it through. Ask for clarification. There might be a little bit of different, which can cause that fearful reaction, but the overall process should not cause that low vibrational energy of stuck fear or heartache. It should be based in light and love. And as you start to shift and as your hopes and dreams expand, and should be for your greater good, and should not be focused in solely on that financial piece. Because hopes and dreams, yes, there should be that abundance and that financial abundance. However, that's not its sole purpose. High vibrational beings are not stuck or hyper-focused in on the money. To them, money means nothing. It's that energy, it's that experience. It's what we're taking from this process. How we're raising our vibration and how we're raising the vibration of our species. That's really important. Then we have the Queen of Swords. This card talks about not being overcritical. We can't overthink things because that's another way we're going to stay here. Means your ego is winning the battle of causing stagnation. When we start to overthink and be critical of situations or ideas, it's when we start to slow ourselves down. Especially when we know it's coming from that high vibration, because you're looking at things like connecting in more, giving back, working on self, loving self, healing self, forgiving self. Those are pieces. And there should be a lot of you statements or we statements in high vibrational supports. You've got this. You can do this. We're here for you. When you hear things like, I have to make this money. This plan is going to get me rich. That's low vibrational. The only time that we're looking at I statements is when you're pepping yourself up. I got this. Yeah, I know I can do this. I know I can overcome and defeat my ego. Self-talk and those thoughts that come out of the blue, they're usually like pyramid schemes, or you're going to inadvertently do a lot of harm to others. That's low vibration. We want to stay in the high vibration. High vibration will support and see the betterment of all. There's enough resources, enough energy for everybody. We just need to share. That's high vibrational. Let's go on to some blessings here. What blessing can my tiger-eyed friends embrace for the beginning of the week? Didn't I just say, I got this? Girlfriends, boyfriends, you got this. The Dragonfae goddess, Timiet. You are stronger than you think you are. We have more power and more abilities than we give ourselves credit. We don't want to puff ourselves up and think we can do it all. However, that self-talk I talked about like 3 minutes ago, it's important. Telling yourself, I've got this, I can do this, I can outwit my ego. Giving yourself credit, trusting in your abilities, trusting in yourself will go a long way. Helps you connect into that energy of nurture and love. The 2 archangels that are coming to me as a support for this week, of course, Archangel Shamuel, with that self-love, and Archangel Zadkiel. He helps with forgiveness. He comes in on a deep purple color of amethyst. And he'll help with that self-compassion and self-forgiveness. Both of them are going to help you really be able to connect in to what you can truly do. What about the middle of the week? What blessing can my tiger eye friends embrace for the middle of the week? Orky. Boundaries. Super important. Boundaries for self and boundaries for others. These boundaries are for the greater of both parties, or all parties involved. We need to set some boundaries this week where we are focusing in a bit more on ourselves. We're taking that extra time for us. People, our job, our life are going to demand that we help them or different parts of those aspects out. We need to be very mindful of that balance. That balance is going to be key. Setting priorities, and this is a hard one, saying no to some people. It's really hard to do because we feel like we're letting others down. However, we can't do everything. We only have so much time in a day and so many days in the week. Setting those boundaries will help you to achieve what you want to do here. When we're able to achieve what we want to do, it reinforces what we're doing and encourages us forward with more momentum. So those boundaries are going to be essential. And then sticking to them. Like I said, I know that's going to be easier said than done. However, really vital for us to set ourselves up so we're not just a doormat. What about the end of the week? What blessing can my tiger eye friends embrace for the end of the week? That one wanted to hit the floor. Gaia's dragon, divine union. Gaia is getting stronger. She's still hurting. She's getting stronger. Connecting in and sharing our love for her and embracing that nurturing energy that she's radiating. Many empaths are really picking up on the energy that Gaia is emanating right now because she's shifting and healing herself, and many people who are very in tune and empathic are feeling that energy. They're not drawing upon it, but you can still feel it. You can still embrace it. We don't need to tap into it and draw it out of her. Rather, we can just sit, meditate, and the energy will permeate us because she is exuding this energy. She's trying to heal herself as rapidly as she can because she knows that life is going to revert back. People haven't got enough of a jolt to make major shifts. We're not done yet. So Gaia is going to keep radiating this amazing healing energy. We can support her in that. We can, if you're a Reiki master, you can draw down that universal energy, that infinite universal energy, and just direct it down to her. If you have not been trained in Reiki, I wouldn't suggest that because you're starting to tap into your own energy reserves, which is very limited, and you're going to push it into Gaia. Will it help her? Sure. Will it deplete you? Absolutely. You'll feel like crap afterwards. If you don't know how to do Reiki, fantastic skill to learn. Just sit and enjoy that amazing energy. With her jumped Wu Wang, wild, pure heart. Know that no matter what actions or situations that you've been in, you have an amazing heart center, an amazing pure heart center. It may be hard for you to show it, and sometimes it's scary to be vulnerable. However, when you do, your amazing light radiates through. Allowing that light to come in and be shared with those close individuals that are in your life, or if you feel more comfortable, just sharing it with yourself right now. That self-love is crucial. That will help with that connection to the divine, and it'll help with your connection with yourself. Wu Wang talks about that pure heart. We do like to be a little bit wild and free. We like that fun spunky. But Wu Wang talks about that pure as well. We have many facets to our heart chakra and to our heart center. We need to allow those different facets to shine bright and free. Okay, we're going to end off on any further guidance and wisdom that we can share with my Tiger Eye friends for the week of May 31st to June 6th. This is the Justice card. Now, depending on the deck, Justice can be the 9th card in the Major Arcana or the 11th card in the Major Arcana. Arthur Waite changed the number depiction of the Justice This is Justice. Now, depending on which tarot deck you have, Justice can be the 8th card in the Major Arcana or the 11th card. Arthur Waite shifted Justice and Strength so that Strength became the 8th card and the Justice here became the 11th card. This shift was because of the Fool's Journey. Or, well, that's what people assume or are guesstimating right now. He didn't really write a lot about why he did it. However, in the Fool's Journey, it makes more sense to have Strength at the 8th and Justice at the 11th. I prefer Justice at the 11th space. This deck has it at the 8th. Justice is a balance card. That balance is going to be essential. Justice also helps us to really evaluate that right from wrong, that good versus evil. This week we're looking at a clearing out of things that aren't working. We need that high vibrational connection with those new possibilities. It's that new opportunity that's going to take us forward, rather than keeping us stuck in this cycle of aggression and fear. Justice is going to help really balance that out and bring the matter at hand to the surface, helping you to see that right from wrong, that what's working versus what's not. Then we have the Queen of Cups, the third queen. Now, I didn't mention this when I drew out the Queen of Swords. Part of me knew we were going to see another queen. So we now have triple queens. Queens are the 13th card in the Minor Arcana. When we see that multiple 13, the angels are telling you to calm your mind so you can receive that intuitive message and guidance. Very much connected into here, very much connected into our intuitive gifts. Easy connection here. As you can see, we've got that Queen of Cups, that intuitive card. She's actually the second most intuitive card in the deck. That intuition and insight is going to take us far. And then we have her hubby, the King of Cups. The kings have the most fully developed personality. They have the most control. The King of Cups is lending his control over that roller coasters of emotion we're dealing with. We kind of feel like we're being pulled and pushed in all sorts of directions. We're feeling squished down by the heaviness of what's all going on. The King offers us the opportunities and the energies to start taking control and harnessing in that emotion. What I'm seeing at the moment is a beautiful piece of amethyst. Amethyst is very easy to get. It's a beautiful crystal. It's a purple crystal. I talked about it. It connects into Archangel Zadkiel. And it helps with that emotional control and balance. It helps us to be able to calm that emotional instability or that distress that we can go into that can cause that fear, which causes more resistance and anger. This week offers you immense opportunities at connecting in and making shifts that are going to help you not only through this week, but for the weeks to come. I want to thank you guys so much for spending time with me today and watching this video. I hope that you found this video fun and helpful, and you're able to gain some insight and direction into what the week holds for you. If you like this video, please remember to give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel for the latest content. There is so much more amazing coming your way, my friends. The best way to stay connected, so you don't miss out on any of this fantastic healing and insight, is to subscribe to my channel and hit that little red bell so you don't miss a video. Also, if you enjoyed this video and want to support me in making more, I have a Patreon page with many tiers and lots of perks. In some of the tiers, the perks are private readings and healings with myself. I've provided a helpful link below, so why not go check it out? Until tomorrow, my Tiger Eye friends. Hello and welcome, my Snowflake Obsidian friends. This reading is especially for you. Now, like always, I have the full tarot and oracle decks here, so you get the most comprehensive and meaningful reading for you. Without further ado, let's see what this week brings for you guys. What can my Snowflake Obsidian friends expect from the week of May 31st to June 6th? Shumara, the Web of Life, talks about how we're all interconnected, that our lives impact the lives of those around us, that impact the lives of those in our community, in our cities, in our centers, in our world. What we do, how we choose to live our life, makes a difference. Choosing that high vibration helps to raise the vibration and the happiness around us, which is a contagious thing. Because when we're happy, either we're going to annoy the crap out of somebody until they start to shift their energy, or our energy just starts to gradually impact and increase that energetic field around everyone. Staying in the high vibration helps everyone, including yourself, move past things. See greater and more amazing opportunities that are right at your feet, right at your doorstep. And with her jumped the Dawn Watcher. Bells will ring. It's a fantastic card. This talks about those aha moments, those amazing opportunities and pieces that fall into place that make things more fulfilling. Those spiritual awakening moments, those connection pieces. This week we're looking at the ability to start to connect more of the dots and start to see a bit of a picture. Not the big picture, however, a picture of importance to us right now. This picture is going to support our growth and our development, and is going to also inspire others around you to connect in to their amazingness so that they too can raise their vibration, whether they know that's what they're doing or not, bringing in that abundance and bringing in that fulfillment. We're kind of at a crossroads, if you will, this week. We have that opportunity for great growth, or we can just stay at this for a little bit longer and cause stagnation and boredom in our lives. That's the amazing part of free will. And we can also take different pieces and aspects of this week and use them how we feel fit to use them, how we want to integrate them into our lives, how we want this shift and change to kind of present itself. So let's get into this week a little bit more. What does the beginning of the week bring, my snowflake obsidian friends? Oh, we're going to start this week off with a boom bang. The Sun. 19th card in the Major Arcana. That harmony and joy. Like I said at the very beginning of this reading, when you stay in that high vibration, it's contagious. That high vibration helps with that abundance and increases our ability to manifest whatever it is we need and want in our lives. Trusting in our abilities, trusting in what we can do, most importantly, trusting in the universe that it will give us what we need and what we want, will help with that manifestation. So the beginning of the week, you're going to feel that energy of love and joy. What about the middle of the week? What does the middle of the week bring? My snowflake obsidian friends. Two of Cups, connection. We're looking at that everyday aspect of the lovers. The Two of Cups offers us those dot connectors, if you will. It's not so much our connection with others, because the connection with others is going to be meaningful in that we're all connected through this amazing auric and astral web. This is more the connection in and relationship with self. The stronger and more positive our relationship with self is, the higher our vibration will become. Many of us have a very abusive relationship with ourselves. Sometimes we can talk ourselves up and yes, we can do this, we've got this. Then on the next minute, we are telling ourselves that we can't do this, that negative self-talk rings loud in our ears. What we're looking at doing is rebalancing that relationship with self so that we can connect those dots. So we start to receive those messages and understand them on a deeper personal level. To add to this energy of the Two of Cups, we're also going to be looking at a bit of a shift in the astral planets. When we started the week off, we had 4 planets in retrograde. Around June 3rd, 4th, we're looking at the planet Venus coming out of retrograde, which is going to help with this relationship and connection in with self. Let's go on to the end of the week. What can my Snowflake Obsidian friends expect from the end of the week? The Emperor, the 4th card in the Major Arcana, that stability, that structure. Many of us are feeling overwhelmed and destabilized right now. We've got those, well, right now, while I record this video, we have 4 planets in retrograde. At the end of the week, we'll have 3. We have that global situation, and then we have those multiple balls of personal challenges and obstacles. All of them are at play, and we can start to feel very destabilized and uncertain and unsure of what's happening. And this uncertainty causes fear. At the end of the week, we're going to kind of feel a little bit better, more grounded and more connected, especially as we raise our vibration and strengthen and reinforce that connection and relationship with self. The end of the week gives us that stability, gives us that platform to go on and go forward from, building up rather than remaining in that stuck phase. So let's look at the challenge for this week. What challenge will my Snowflake Obsidian friends face for the week of May 31st to June 6th? We have Judgment. This is your connection with the divine, the connection with those higher vibrational beings. We're going to feel a little bit of disconnect there. We won't be trusting our abilities, trusting our skills enough to truly hear those messages. Now, we may be struggling to understand them. They have no problem. There's no communication problem between us and them. They hear us. We're a low vibrational energy to them, and it's easier to hear. Just like how our ego is super easy to hear, it's low vibration. Our higher consciousness, our higher self, that intuitive power can be really hard to hear because it speaks so softly to us. It's not screaming and tantruming. Slowing down, being mindful of the symbols, mindful of those patterns that are occurring in your life will help with that connection, will help with the understanding of the Dawn Watcher. That Dawn Watcher helps with those pieces of the puzzle. Things will not be handed to us. Our ego would prefer that. In some cases, so would we. It can make it a lot easier and clearer. However, we don't gain the wisdom and insight on how to do it ourselves. And that's a big part of why we're here. We're learning how to do this and how we can really hone our skills finding new and more innovative tools, skills, and abilities. Then we have the Eight of Cups. This is that inner journey card. Our ego is going to freak out. Your ego is no comparison to the power of the sun. You're going to be blasted. Just like your ego can't control whether it rains or shines in a day. It can't control when the universe bursts out loving energy to others. It kind of feels like in the summertime when you're laying under a tree and the sun peeks out from under some clouds or leaves, and you can feel that beautiful radiating warmth on your skin. It's not going to be a discomfort for you. It will be for your ego. Your ego will try a couple different tricks in slowing down this progression, keeping you safe within your box. And part of that being that need and desire to dive within. It's not a within type week. We're not looking at soul searching here. We're looking at that external connect the dots. We're looking at going above to that connection. We're going to question that connection and question our abilities. Our ego will want us to go within, try and make us turtle or hermit ourselves. And that's not the energy we need this week. Being mindful of where we're sending our energies and what we're doing with this week. We do need to try and reach out and embrace this amazing energy, this amazing opportunity to connect some dots, to make our picture a little bit more clear, have more understanding on what it is we need to do. Turtling ourselves will not give us the answers we're looking for. So let's go on to some blessings. What blessing, ooh, that one really wanted out, can my snowflake obsidian friends embrace for the beginning of the week? The Wild Huntress, face your shadows. What a fantastic card. To go right above that sun, oh my God, goosebumps. When we allow that light and love into those darker areas that we have hidden within ourselves, we are able to free different aspects and abilities within ourselves. We set them free. You're literally healing those dark areas with that light and love. Now, for those who really want to embrace this amazing shifting energy that happens at the beginning of the week, I did a meditation with Archangel Metatron, and we really looked at taking that shadow on and just annihilating it. I'll put a link below in the description box for this meditation for those who really want to take this on and embrace this energy. Because the Wild Huntress, she's egging you on, she's encouraging you forward. She's daring you to allow that light and love into those dark hidden places. What about the middle of the week? What blessing can my snowflake obsidian friends embrace for the middle of the week? The Green Lady. The Green Lady is very much connected into our healing. And there's a lot of healing going on. Many people are taking the opportunity to work on some of that self-healing as we have a little bit extra time. And Gaia has taken this opportunity and embraced it. We're seeing wildlife come back to life. We're seeing the ozone layer start to heal itself. She is radiating this amazing healing energy. We don't have to take it from her. It's not like we're going to bother her with it. If you quiet your mind and quiet your center, you can feel it. It's just like the heat that you feel from your skin. When you put your hand above your other hand, you can feel that warmth. You're not taking anything from each other. It's just you can just feel that warmth, that energy. We can embrace that energy. We can even support Gaia in doing it. And if you're wanting to do that, I really encourage you to use your Reiki skills. If you haven't been trained in Reiki, I would suggest training in Reiki before you start to send energy to people or to Gaia. When you're trained in Reiki, you're drawing that universal infinite energy down. When you're not, you're just giving Gaia or that person your energy. And your energy is limited. We feel burnt out and kind of blah afterwards. When you perform Reiki, you don't. You're a conduit to that energy. So you can share that energy if you have those skills, or you can just sit with it and enjoy it. Sit with it and allow it to help with that healing process. Again, you could work with Archangel Metatron. Some people might want to just enjoy this amazing, loving energy that's coming down in the beginning of the week. And then in the middle of the week, you may want to try that meditation or another meditation. Calming ourselves, quieting our mind, and giving ourselves that time will go a long way in our healing process and connecting those dots. And what about the end of the week? What blessing can my snowflake obsidian friends embrace at the end of the week? Dreamcatcher, dreaming your wisdom. Such a beautiful card. Now, of course, like any divinational card, Dreamcatcher has a lot of different meanings. For us this week, it talks about that connection. We know there's going to be a bit of a disconnect. We're going to feel that. Our ego is going to egg that on. However, your ego can't do that when you sleep. When you sleep, you can have amazing opportunities to connect in with those higher vibrational beings. Best way to do that is set the intent before you go to bed. Ask your guardian angel, or you can choose an angel, whoever is resonating with you the most. Archangel Gabriel is the messenger archangel. She's a fantastic energy to connect in with. Archangel Metatron that I talked about here, he helps with that ascension process. Archangel Raziel helps us with our intuitive gifts and our spiritual plan and our spiritual awakening. There's so many. If you don't know, ask your guardian angel to help you. That angel knows you the best, has been with you since conception. Ask that high vibrational being, whoever you're choosing, to support you and share that wisdom that you need to help to connect some dots. And you can also help to work on that healing while you sleep. I always encourage my clients and students to ask for added support to remember when you wake up. Because a lot of us, when we wake up, it's like, I just forgot what I had. It's just there and gone. Ask for that added support. Additionally, I would suggest having pen and paper. Not your phone, but pen and paper. With pen and paper, you're able to write and draw whatever you need to do without the interference of technological shutdowns or mishaps. We can inadvertently and subconsciously sabotage our phone or electronics through sending energetic waves. We really struggle to manipulate a pen. Now, some people, if they have enough resistance, can. So then I say go really old school to that amazing thing called a pencil and write it out. If it's close at hand, you're not trying to break that concentration of that symbol or message or pattern. If it's right at hand, you pick it up and go. And that will help with gaining and connecting those dots and creating stability within ourselves. The more knowledge we have, the more we feel able to tackle whatever obstacle or challenge we're going to be faced with. All right, we're going to end off on any further guidance and wisdom that we can share with my snowflake friends for the week of May 31st to June 6th. The Seven of Swords. This is that quintessential puffing ourselves up and thinking we can conquer all. And we're going to kind of feel that, especially with the sun. It's going to really invigorate us and encourage us to go forward. The important piece of this week, we're looking at connecting dots. Those dots can't be connected if we're not truthful to ourselves. We can't create an amazing structure or platform to move off of. Honesty is going to be essential. We need to burn out that darkness. In that darkness lies those foundational pieces that are going to help us. That puffy ego won't help us at all. The Six of Pentacles. Sixes are a harmony and balance card. They're fantastic. The Six of Pentacles talks about the importance of ensuring that we share our energy resources, because like I said before, we have a finite amount of resources. We also only have 24 hours in the day, and there's also only 7 days a week. So we need to balance things out, making sure that we're taking care of our physical needs along with the spiritual and emotional need. That balance will help us to really connect in and integrate these skills, concepts, and abilities that we're going to find within ourselves. And I'm going to be very clear about this. When we find it within ourselves, it's because we healed the shadows. We did not go within, we did not dive deep to try and find them. They're going to emerge from this darkness that is burned away through that connection to self and through that loving energy of the sun. And finally, the Hierophant. He's our connector guy. He's one of the pillar cards. He helps us to connect with those divine beings, to that infinite God or great power, the universe, whatever you want to call that presence. It's going to be important as we feel disconnected from our abilities to receive those messages, that we connect in with that person or people who you know are strong with their intuitive powers, with their intuitive gifts. Now we have to be careful. In tarot, 5 is a conflict number. And that's true with the Hierophant. Usually with the Hierophant or the High Pope, it is that Catholic Pope-like individual that's figured in the card. We need to be careful with who we're reaching out for support, because sometimes we're grasping at straws. Make sure that that individual or those individuals are there for your greatest good and are okay if you challenge them. They're okay if you ask those questions. If the answers are, well, that's because that's what I saw. That's what they're telling me. That's what I'm telling you. Because I said so, isn't enough. It needs to ring true with you. And if you're questioning it, follow your gut. check into your guides, check into your guardian. Take that information that they're willing to share with you, but cross-check it if it doesn't resonate true with you. I want to thank you guys so much for joining me today and watching my video. I hope that you found this video fun and helpful, and you're able to gain some insight and direction into what the week holds for you. If you like this video, please remember to give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. There is so much more amazing coming your way. The best way to stay connected is to subscribe to my channel and hit that little red bell so you don't miss out on any of this amazing insight and healing. Also, if you enjoyed this video and want to support me in making more, I have a Patreon page with many tiers and lots of perks. In some of the tiers, the perks are private readings and healings with myself. I've provided a helpful link below, so why not go check it out. Until tomorrow, my Snowflake Obsidian friends,